Thank you for joining us now. The proposed Tinubu's subsidy palliatives have ignited anticipation and curiosity within the business community, particularly among SMEs operators, with promises of relief and support. These initiatives hold the potential to reshape the trajectory of SME growth, investment, and innovation. Ibrandtv takes a look at the impact of the president's palliative measures on SMEs and large businesses alike. More so, we also look at the potential impact of exchange rate volatility on the manufacturing. Yeah, for more insight, Usman Imana, CEO of Friska Farms, joins us now virtually. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Okay, just before we get into the main conversation of the palliative measures by the president to your sector, I want us to look at the 18% tax to GDP ratio, in 3 years it's a mandate to the committee on fiscal policy and reforms as well. So talk to us, what does this mean for business? Do you think it's a burden, or it's going to be a burden on businesses? Because quite a lot of people are saying that it is not meant to be a burden, but to capture more people into the tax net.
I've seen the mandate. I've seen a document that has the mandate of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy, and then it has 3 pillars: fiscal governance, tax reforms, and growth facilitation. To the best of my knowledge, and I want to assume that when we talk about SMEs and we talk about businesses, we are talking about businesses that do, we are going to talk about SMEs, we talk about businesses that are run properly, right? I don't think that, from what I've seen, the tax has not been increased. What is being proposed is that more businesses that ought to be paying tax come into the fold and pay. So it's not a value increase, it's a volume increase, if you know what I mean. So if you're running a business properly, you want to get funding, you want to expand and all. These are things, requirements that even any bank or funding institution would ask for. They would want to see that you typically pay tax. They want to see that you are properly registered. They want to see that that you are compliant. So for any SME that prior to now has been compliant, I don't think that the reforms would have an impact on them.
Okay.
The challenge is that a lot of people have been operating under the radar, and this is not a sustainable way to run a business. If you want to do proper business, you should, in the first place, the responsibility, you should pay tax.
Okay.
Now, the third pillar is growth facilitation. It is expected that, eventually, from the proceeds of the increased tax, that programs will be put in place to make life easier for businesses. I would like to wait till that part of the policy kicks off,
okay,
for us to have a clearer picture before we start to make comments. And there's also I know that part of the mandate is to tackle the issue of multiple taxation. To be honest, that's one of the big problems that SMEs face. You are being approached by different agencies under for different reasons.
So in other words, harmonization process will be a key.
Harmonization. So that harmonization process is something that it's where I think that it will really make an impact on SMEs.
Okay. All right. Let's get into our conversation for today now. Amid economic hardships following the removal of fuel subsidy, how do you think the proposed subsidy palliatives by the president could impact the growth and sustainability of SMEs in Nigeria? I mean, you listened to his broadcast when he made promises, and made mention of particularly some measures, palliative measures for the SMEs operators. So talk to us how you think this will impact the growth and sustainability of the sector where you operate. Hello, Usman. Hello, Usman. Can you hear me? Well, I guess we lost connection with Usman Imana, the CEO Friska Farms, talking to us there. So I wanted to know how the subsidy palliatives of the president is meant to impact your sector as an SME operator. So how are you embracing, some of those measures put in place by the president to, cushion the effect on the sector?
I need to take that again because I lost the connection for a while.
Okay, so I was asking you that amidst the economic hardships that the subsidy removal has, brought upon the economy. So we saw the president in a broadcast, a nationwide broadcast, that made mention of provisions for palliatives, targeted at some specific sectors, especially the SMEs operators, the enterprise, sector as well. So I was asking you how you think this will impact, the sector in terms of sustainability of the sector.
Off the top of my head, I know there's a 75 billion naira that is going to split amongst 1 billion amongst 75 companies, and then there's I think 150 million. I'm not sure of
yes,
that
for
figure.
nano business. Yes, yes, that's it.
Sorry?
For nano business, for SME operators, for micro, small, and medium enterprises, it's about 100 billions.
So this is not being, pessimistic, or this is not me being pessimistic. But we've seen these things happen before. Just before this administration came into power, there was 100 for 100 billion for 100 companies every month. I don't know. I'm in the industry. I'm in groups where you have 300 or 400 manufacturers. And these are more than one groups where you have 300, 400 manufacturers. I'm not seeing anybody that has benefited from it. I think that, regardless of what the policy, the palliatives are, the devil is in the implementation, right? We've seen cases where funds are put out there, but a lot of portfolio manufacturers have, portfolio manufacturers are, they're the ones that have access to these funds. And you see a lot of companies that, in your opinion, should have been able to benefit from these funds, and they don't get them. So I think that the issue is, for me, and this is not, and I'm not going to speak specifically to these palliatives, because again, like I said, everybody can say anything. We can, it's the implementation that really matters. You can even, at the end of the day, it's the implementation that matters. So I don't want to jump the gun. But the truth is, we need to start, for us to make impact, we need to start working with people that are in these industries. I was having a conversation with somebody, and, we're talking about how you can really, you can really boost manufacturing in Nigeria. For me, if you take 100 billion, right, and you split it into, if you take 100 billion and you select 400 manufacturers, take a criteria like, manufacturers that process the commodities. So you are a manufacturer that your raw materials are sourced and you add value and you process them into finished goods that are already selling in Nigeria and can be exported.